In the ultra-competitive world of digging up the past, the significance of new archaeological discoveries is often measured against the greatest of them all, King Tutankhamun. Ever since Howard Carter found Tut and all those gold and riches in Egypt's Valley of the Kings almost 100 years ago, we've been hoping for something to rival or even beat it. Now, we just might have found it. And you wouldn't believe it. It could be right in the boy king's own tomb. Using space-age technology, lasers, 3D scanning and thermal imaging, a British Egyptologist thinks he knows where the famed Queen Nefertiti lies. But the mere thought that one of ancient Egypt's greatest riddles could be solved has sent other archaeologists crying to their mummies. Do you dare to dream about what is still to be found inside?
A man without a dream will never make a discovery. Dreams is very important to me.
For more than 4,500 years, these pyramids have held more secrets than they've revealed. But now we're about to see how tantalisingly close we are to discovering more detail than ever about exactly how they were built and what remains hidden behind those colossal blocks of stone. Incredible new technology is unlocking ancient Egypt's secrets, all the way from the mighty pyramids of Giza to Luxor's Valley of the Kings.
We are in maybe the most sacred, beautiful place on earth, the Valley of the Kings.
Deep inside here, in King Tutankhamun's tomb, lies the most incredible discovery. 2 concealed chambers hidden behind these walls. Nobody thought there was anything left to find in here. Now there are 2 secret rooms. Could they reveal the final resting place of the mysterious Queen Nefertiti? And do they hold treasures beyond belief?
It will be the most important discovery on earth, the discovery of the tomb of Queen Nefertiti.
Dr. Zahi Hawass is as close to the pharaohs as any living Egyptian. What he doesn't know about them hasn't yet been discovered. You know, I find it very easy to be overwhelmed by all of this.
Yeah.
Egyptologists, like Dr. Hawass, are equal parts explorer, adventurer and treasure hunter.
Because of this tomb.
And they all crave a discovery like that of Howard Carter. Back in 1922, he found the untouched tomb of King Tutankhamun. It held the most significant archaeological find of all time: the boy king's solid gold death mask. Alluring, mystical, and beyond valuation, it was the main find among a horde of priceless artifacts.
You know, inside this 4 chambers, 5,398 objects were found.
It was jam-packed, wasn't
it? Stored with gold. Wonderful things, wonderful things.
But surely the bounty of Tutankhamun's tomb was not a one-off. There has to be more waiting to be discovered. That's what's driven nearly every expedition since, and why this latest attempt is the most technologically advanced yet and most widespread. It's called the Scan Pyramid Project, and it combines infrared, drone scanning and radiographic imaging to see right through the Great Pyramids and King Tut's tomb. It's high-tech and controversial. In just 6 months, this team has made more striking announcements than we've heard in the previous decade from traditional Egyptologists using trowels and fine brushes in the dirt.
We have another discovery like Tutankhamun. But who is there?
That is such a tantalising thought, isn't it? I mean, do you let yourself dream that there could be another discovery like Tutankhamun's?
I think it is equal of the discovery of Tutankhamun in the last century.
Mamdouh El-Damati, Egypt's antiquities minister, is enthusiastically endorsing the project. His team has scanned every square centimetre of Egypt's most famous tomb, a place that's been receiving visitors for nearly 100 years. So imagine everyone's surprise when their work in Tut's tomb revealed the likely presence of 2 doors, hidden behind the painted murals right next to the sarcophagus. Would you be excited that there may be secret rooms behind here that haven't been discovered?
Michael, this will be the most important thing in my life as an Egyptologist, is to see a discovery. I spent more than 40 years excavating and making discoveries. It's for me, as an Egyptologist, I dream of something like this.
As if the news of possible chambers beyond Tut's tomb isn't enough, at least one Egyptologist is raising the possibility that these rooms could be the final resting place of one of Egypt's most famous queens, the powerful, beautiful, and enigmatic Nefertiti. Do you believe that the hidden cavities inside King Tut's tomb may finally reveal the final resting place of Nefertiti?
After the scan in the tomb of King Tutankhamun, we found, sure, something behind the north wall of the burial chamber. Maybe another lady from the family. But I hope to find Nefertiti.
Nefertiti was believed to have been Tutankhamun's mother or stepmother and was one of the most influential queens in Egypt. Though she might never have captured our attention, had a famous artefact not been uncovered.
You know, I think first, what made her magic is her bust, her statue in Berlin. This statue captured the hearts of people everywhere. The bust of Nefertiti in Berlin makes her as the most beautiful lady on earth. Long neck, beautiful face, her hair. I look at her as a living lady. I look at her and she captures my heart.
When Nefertiti's tomb is found, do you believe it will be filled with treasures even beyond what was found in the tomb of King Tutankhamun?
Of course. And this is why I really believe why the world today is interested in Nefertiti, because if her tomb was found intact, it will be the most important discovery on earth.
King Tutankhamun's tomb is a perfectly preserved capsule of history, 3,300 years old. Down here, you can't help but become lost in time. Surprisingly though, this tomb is nowhere near as lavish or large as some of the other tombs in the valley.
You know, Tutankhamun ruled for 10 years. He was a young boy. He was not an important king. Why he became an important king? Because his tomb was found intact.
And so it's thought his burial chamber, although filled to the brim with ritualistic wealth, was hurried and not well planned. Adding to the speculation that it may have been part of an extended series of chambers or the beginning of a much larger, more significant tomb. The big question is, how will this new exploratory team prove it? And what happens if they're wrong?
If you will drill here, you will damage the seeds. One small mistake of scenes dated back to 3,000 years. If you make one drill, the scene of all this wall will go down. Who can make this crime?
Who will let it happen?
Who will let it happen? Exactly.
But it's not just Nefertiti in the Valley of the Kings that has Egyptologists excited. At the end of last year, scientists discovered a thermal anomaly at the base of the eastern wall of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Some of the blocks of stone were 6 degrees warmer than those around them. Escaping heat suggested new tunnels or chambers. There's something in there.
Something in. Do we have some other rooms and the galleries inside these pyramids? I think yes.
It is the most important project for year 215 and 216. It's very important to use these new techniques, and it could reveal important discoveries for us.
Whether it's the pyramids or finding Nefertiti's tomb, the exciting prospect of huge new discoveries is as spine-tingling now as when Howard Carter first cracked Tutankhamun's burial chamber and stared in awe upon the golden mask of the boy king. Just imagine then that the next greatest discovery, possibly the tomb of Nefertiti, might have been just centimetres away for almost a century, sealed behind those walls.
As I say all the time in my life, you never know what the sand of Egypt may hide. Then I think the mystery and the magic of Queen Nefertiti will never stop. It will continue.